Thumbs up when you're ready. Yeah. Thumbs up. All right. Is everybody open? 156. I didn't even tell you guys the page. You just already knew. Did you guys see that? Alright. Okay. Alright. So, to begin, I'm going to show you guys a picture. What do you guys think of this picture? You can read the caption, take a look. I know it's a little...
It is a guitar.
Looks like a guitar. Everybody take a good look at it. It looks like some trees have been cut. Some trees have been cut. What do you think's in the middle?
Really? A home?
A home. Carlos? What do you call that when there's a bunch of homes together? Cameron? Oh. Carlos? A community or a neighborhood, right?
Or a town?
What else do you guys notice? What's around the neighborhood? Jeremiah?
Road?
Roads. There's roads. Luciano? Trees. What do you think those trees are? Who do you think lives in there? Brianna? Gianni? Wild animals, right? That's where wild animals, this is all their habitat, right? Do you think that this neighborhood was just there?
No.
What do you think they had to do? Cut down trees. So I'm going to read you guys the captions. The greatest contributor to the loss of critical habitats and intact ecosystems in Massachusetts has been the direct destruction of habitat by residential, commercial, and industrial development. Do you guys know what that means?
Yeah.
Who thinks they can retell what I just said? Rephrase it. Raul? By what? What are they building instead? Houses and communities, right?
They use it not to make papers and houses, pencils, and desks.
And desks. Carl?
That's what I
Good. So you notice that the title says whose land is it? Whose land do you think this is? I want you to turn and talk to your neighbor and tell each other who you think whose land is. If you're talking to your partner and asking whose land is it, whose land do you think that picture Good, alright. Do you want to share whose land it is? Who they think whose land it is? Hunter? The animal's land. Do you think it's the animal's land? Does anybody have something to add on to that?
I agree.
Luciana? Good. Cameron, do you have something to add?
I agree, but I want to add a little bit more because I think that it's the animals one because you know how sometimes the wild gets destroyed and they live there, then maybe they had to build that place for all the animals to go in there because the wild and their place in the wild are destroyed.
Very good. Jerry, you have something else to add?
It is because into construction workers and the community they have to put
Did you guys hear what she said? The construction workers wanted to make a community, so they had to cut down the trees, which were the animals' land, right? All right, last one, Raul.
and the people
interesting. So you think the people make homes for the animals?
I would.
Okay. Oh, they build bird nests for the home. Okay, that's a good idea. Yeah. Alright, so today we're going to be working in our Journeys books on 156. Our focus is we're going to be reading this newspaper article in our textbook and identifying cause and effect relationships in the article. Alright, we're going to be using a graphic organizer, which I'll pass out to you guys now so we have it while we're reading it. And we're going to fill in our cause and effect for each paragraph. Yeah, see how they all have headings, right? Like the first one would be people and wild animals. We're going to do one. We're going to do one from each section in our group. So the first one we'll do together. Julia?
Are we doing these ones top buddies?
I'll let you know. Hold on. I think Shalena's That's it. Yeah. So we're on page 156. Thank you. Alright. So, is there another Journeys book anywhere? One second, guys.
157.
157. Thank you, Allie. Actually, let's yeah, I have one. It's just small. Yeah. Okay, I have one, fine. Jeremiah, it's okay, thank you. Alright, so on page 156, I want you guys to follow along with your finger. Whose Land Is It? By Ellen Gold. People and Wild Animals. People and animals need a place to live. Animals have lived in the wilderness for thousands of years. They live in ancient forests, oceans, and other habitats. Yet, wild animals live in people's yards, also live in people's yards. They live in cities too. Good, Tanya, what did you say? Badminton? Foxes? Does anybody else have any animals that they notice around their house? Jeremiah? Dogs? Alright, are those wild animals though? I mean, they could have wild dogs.
Snake.
Snakes? Very good. Alright, Brianna? A possum. Does anybody else see possums?
Yeah,
Thumbs up if you see possums around your...
Oh, I've seen the animals.
I saw
Whenever I go to the park, my dad, he took a picture of this animal that had like ears and then it had like a big shell. Oh yeah, something.
Oh, an armadillo? An armadillo? Is it gray?
Yeah.
And it has like a hard shell?
Yeah.
Alright, one more. Raul, what else do you see?
Oh, so I see coyotes and my aunts.
Oh, they're ants.
Over there in the woods.
Okay, well, why do you guys think that the author includes this introduction to this article? Think about it for a second. Why do you think she includes this? Go back and reread. It says, people and animals need places to live. Do you ever think about an animal where it lives? You guys ever think about that? And then it says animals lived in the wilderness for thousands of years.
If they're 2 years old, that means that
It says they lived in all of these habitats, but then they live in people's yards too. And why do we think that happens? Osvaldo?
Since their home is being like destroyed, they have nowhere to go except for the people's houses, yards, and cities.
Yes, very nice. All right, so let's look at that. Let's look at this picture on page 156 also. Coyotes are no strangers to cities. One even walked into a restaurant in Chicago. Within moments, a panicking worker had climbed onto the counter. What's panicking mean? Carlos? Freaked out, scared, panicked, right? You're scared. Would you be scared if a coyote walked into your restaurant?
Yes. I would have had a heart attack.
It's a wild animal, right?
But they don't eat people.
Alright, so let's think about that caption. Is there any cause and effect going on? Reread that caption. Coyotes are no strangers to city. One even walked into a restaurant in Chicago. Within moments, a panicking worker had climbed onto the counter. Let's start with what happened. What's the effect? Gianni? That's the effect? What happened? The worker climbed on the counter, right? She was panicked. Alright, so everybody, let's write this one together. The effect. We're going to start with the effect. What happened? Let's use the word panic, right? Panic. Panic. Let's say the frightened. Frightened, sorry. Frightened worker climbed on the counter. Is that what you did? I don't think I said she, did I?
Yeah.
The frightened worker climbed on the counter. You think it's a boy? Alright, and then what was the cause? Gianni, what was the cause? The coyote walked in the restaurant, right? Coyote walked in Good. Does everybody understand that one? You're fine. Everybody should have this one written down on their paper. Alright, if you're done, quietly get out your clock buddies worksheet. Whenever you're done, take your time now. Take the phone. I'm just You can click on your clipboard. That's a good idea. You can click your graphic organizer on your clipboard because we're going to be able to move around with our clock buddy once everybody's done with the first box. Alright, so you're going to need your journeys book and your graphic organizer, and we're going to be working with number 7. 7 o'clock clock. So quietly take your stuff, move to a area where you feel comfortable. What? 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. What happened? Tanya. No. Alright, let's quickly go to our buddies. Did you say something? Did you say you're sorry? Alright, you are going to read the next section, which is habitat loss. You're both going to read it and then come up with the cause and effect in that section together. You have some work to learn. You're going to read the next section, habitat loss, and come up with a cause and effect, just like we did for the people and wild animals. You don't have to sit on the carpet. Yeah. Here, you guys can move the carpet. Alright, you guys have about 10 minutes to come up with this one. So read it, and then write your cause and effect. And we're going to come back to this. Alright, let's go guys, start reading.
What's it called again? What happened? Oh,
Everything on that page. Don't forget to use the text features to help you guys, right? So the pictures, the captions, the titles.
On this one is that
Okay. Write it down.
People.
So how would you say that? Use evidence from the story, remember? Did you guys read the caption too?
people destroy habitats. Many homes are near swamps, water. These are places where aliens destroy vegetation. Instead of many homes are near swamps, water. These are the places where aliens
No, 7. Ashley, you're right next to Ashley. You're right.
Oh, that's enough. This happens sometimes I like to catch fish.
You guys have to work in a
Alright?
Don't worry about it. You and Ryan. Acres.
Does anybody know what acres mean?
Yeah.
Alligator goes to
Carlos? It's like how you measure land. Like that forest could be like 80 acres. 8 acres. Like a really large amount of land. Like a measurement of land.
This is how you spell alligator.
So who learned this? Fires. Sometimes forest fires start, you know? You've been taught about forest fires, like how they start, or if it's really hot out and all the leaves and everything are dry, a fire can start. It doesn't have to have somebody start it. So it's saying like a fire burned. How many acres of land? 10 million?
S.
Did you read it? What does the caption say?
So what do you put for the effect? This happens because could be because of the
So how do you get it deciphered? How would the alligator be like where is the alligator in the world? Does it look like it's outside? Like in the wilderness? Where does it look Where? Why would it be outside the pool?
no, the effect is
Why are not in the paragraph? Find where you saw that in the paragraph. And use that to support the answer. It's okay. From any text feature or the paragraph. From wherever you see it. Yeah, where did you find it in the first one?
the effect the effect is what happens.
No.
Just,
Yep, we have about 3 more minutes. And then we are going to come back and share our answers. What? What'd you guys put?
So we put that. People get scared by
Good. Yes. Oh, now you guys don't need help. What did you think?
frightened by alligator.
So what was this paragraph about?
About
Just about the alligator homes?
see, that was
What is it really saying? What's the whole
they're
paragraph?
destroying
What do you call an animal's home? Habitat. They're destroying habitats, right? And what happens? Sounds pretty good. All right, wrap up your final thoughts. Final thoughts, and then we're going to go quietly. Not yet. We're going to go quietly back to our seats, and then we're going to go over some. Okay, you're doing a good job. Work with that. So, I want you to think about, is this what happened? Or is that why it's happening? Think about it. So, why land was needed for cities?
So you need the changing wind and then
So why you want to be well, then we charge them. Right? So we switch. So, what happened?
so we put this one over here and that one over there. Darn.
And why? Why is the cause? No, don't do the next one. Okay, good job. What? Alright, so if you are done, you may take your clipboard and your journeys book back to your desk. Alright, if you're not done, you can finish up. Do you want to go to the bathroom? Hey, why don't you guys take your stuff back to your desk and then go to the bathroom? Alright, so finish up your thoughts. If you're done, you may go back to your seat quietly. We're going to go over it. So who wants to share a cause and effect? Girls, wrap up. Who wants to share a cause and effect that they found for habitat loss? Liliani, you want to bring your clipboard up here? Alright, well, what is your effect? Put your effect under. Alright, read it out loud. So she says the effect is people destroy their habitat. Does anybody agree with her? Or have something to add? Tanya? What do you think she could change? So is this what happened? The people destroyed their habitat? Or do you think that's why something's happening? Because I think that's a good thought. That's what that whole paragraph's about, right? People destroying their habitat, right? But I think it would go better in the cause one. So who has an effect for her cause? Cameron? Okay. So, read your cause aloud, please.
People destroy habitats by building homes for animals.
Right. So people destroy habitats by building homes where animals live. That's pretty much what Ileani said, right? That people were destroying the habitats. And then what was your effect?
Animals must have a new place to live.
They must have a new place to live. So what did we see in that paragraph? Somebody find me a text feature that shows what happens when animals don't have anywhere to live.
They go into people's homes.
Say it loud. So what text feature, Jeremiah, did you find? That picture, right?
I found two pictures.
That picture. This is a great picture. What happened?
Both of them.
Right? This picture. Where is that alligator?
Yeah.
Is that a lake?
No.
It's a person's pool.
And they're probably swimming in the ocean.
I would be terrified if an alligator was in my pool.
I'll kill it. And I'll pop them.
And then the other picture.
The other picture?
There.
This one? We already went over this one, right? This is the picture of the coyote, right? That we talked about before. Good. So I think that what Cameron had, that people were destroying, that people were destroying their habitats, so the animals had to find a new place to live. I think that was a really good cause and effect relationship, right? just hold on. We're gonna go over the rest of this. So, the next part, on page 158, I want you guys to do that one on your own. So you're gonna stay at your seats, read the changing ways paragraph on 158 on your own, and find the last cause and effect relationship, okay? So 158, everybody needs to flip to 158. We have one more.
Ooh,
158. Alright, this is independent work, right? So level 0. And then, you and Joe do that one? Okay, go ahead. So go ahead and read Changing Ways and find a cause and effect relationship. 158. Which one? You okay? The last bit. There's a lot of cause and effects in this one. There's not just one, okay? You can get more than one, yeah. Effects. So think about it. What's happening? What do people do? What do they do? If you're done, you can raise your hand and have your second, and then I have a challenge question for you guys. Yeah, you can glue it into your language arts notebook or your writing notebook, wherever you can glue it in. For you and Cotton. That just means changing. Yeah? There's your challenge question. You guys can glue your challenge question on a piece of paper and that's it. Make your little one. Is that in the book? That's wide, right? Yeah, that's it. Or you could even like, what do they do to stop it? Yeah, what do the people do to stop it? And then and I like what they do to stop it. You have to change the way. motion. they keep trash cans. Alright, hold on. Did you support it from, did you use support from the text? Okay. Why don't you independent read? Just read independently. And I'll just leave it out on your desk and I'll go over it. So, people want the Bears to go, right? The effect is they change their habits and they switch their trash cans, right? Does that make sense? So the cause is I want these Bears to go. So what am I going to do about it? What's the effect? The cause is I want them to leave. I want these Bears gone. So what do I do about it? What's the effect? I change my habits, right? And I give them back to the trash cans. So what's my effect? Because you're done with your challenge, they're still working on the worksheet. Or you can draw an arrow. Did I not give you one? Did I check it? Here, this is the last one. I think I dropped one. Well, so if you're done, then this is your challenge question. You can write it on your sheet of paper. Switch. So what's happening? Bears are eating the trash. What are they doing about it? They have to change their habits. So what's happening? People are leaving their things outside, right? Then the bears knock it down. Let's see what's that. Why do the bears go north here? What are they doing? They're trying to hang out with them? Are they looking for something? They do what? So when they get back home, what are they looking for? What are they looking for? That can be right, and they're kind of why they're going back there. No. Yes, good. You can work on the challenge question. I'll take your question for the answer. Unless you need it for your extra piece, because you could use it. They like walk it. You should be able to. Okay. Good. You can work on the challenge game. Perfect. Good. Alright, you can work on the challenge for the challenge game. So the challenge question is, how do you think the author, Ellen Gold, feels about animal habitat loss? Use text to support your answer.
Can you also infer?
What? You can infer, but you have to explain why, right? So, can you explain something? Is that better? Yeah. So did you think she liked animal habitat loss? Or did you think she was against it? And then tell me why. It's up to you. What do you think? Animal habitat loss, so the animals losing their habitat. Okay? So how does she feel?
I got it.
Why did they do the change though? What's the effect of that? Do people do something different?
And you're going to get transactions, so you have to either write your answer or you can write your question. But I know what the question is, so if you just have to read it, it's up on the element.
Oh, this is it.
Okay.
On the yellies.
How do you think, what?
She doesn't have the sticky anymore.
I just restated it. How do you think she feels about that? So what do we do? Okay. Yep. Yes, Ashley? Actually, yeah, that's a good one. That's, I haven't seen that one. That's a good one. Okay. Alright, this one. Yeah. Okay. Perfect, thank you.
Luciano.
Alright, so you guys, you did very good.